I have a confession to make. This is something that has been going on since January. I've been trying to power through it because I'm in denial. Pretending isn't really my style, so carrying this quietly has really weighed on me. I've missed some commitments more recently, and I missed some goals that I've set for myself, and for all my talk about accountability, I need to just be real. I, of all people, know that we can't solve a problem if we don't name it out loud. So that's what I'm doing. It's really hard to admit this because it feels like a personal failure. I know it's totally irrational and that that's not the truth, but honestly, my illness has felt like a personal failure since day one. So here's the deal. For those who don't know, I have autoimmune disease, specifically rheumatoid arthritis, and a few other co-occurring diagnoses. 10 years ago, I got really sick, and I remained very, very sick for about 2.5 years. At the time, I was determined to cure myself. I tried everything in the book. You name it, I've tried it. From every natural cure, every dietary change, and everything in between. I was sick for probably a year longer than I needed to be because I refused to take pharmaceuticals. I eventually did start taking medications, and I'm not gonna lie, they gave me my life back within a few months. And after being bedridden for over 2 years, that was a pretty big deal. Specifically, for the last 7 years or so, I have taken a Humira injection every 2 weeks. It was covered almost entirely by health insurance. And this past December, we got a letter from our insurance company stating that as of January 1, they would no longer be covering Humira. They gave me an alternative called Hyramaz that I could take instead, that they said was a bioidentical. We were kind of nervous about that change because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we really didn't have a choice because Humira without insurance costs thousands of dollars. In January, I made the switch, and my arthritis symptoms started coming back by mid-January. I think the Hyramaz must be helping a little bit because I'm not bedridden like I was prior to taking Humira, but a lot of the symptoms have come back to a point where I really can no longer maintain the schedule that I have become accustomed to over the past 7 years. So last night, after missing not one but 2 very important events, I knew that I could no longer pretend like this wasn't a thing. So together, my husband and I, we made the hard decision to scale back my workload for the summer until we can get this health thing figured out. Again, I'm not looking for advice or solutions. This is not my first rodeo with this stuff, and I'm a pretty good advocate for my own healthcare. The reason that I'm sharing this, aside from just accountability for myself, is because I feel strongly that we've got to speak this stuff out loud when it impacts our lives directly like this. Nothing is ever going to change if we just act stoic and suffer in silence. The whole system's broken. Not just healthcare, but all of it. Healthcare, the economy, inflation, gas prices, education, all of it. It's all broken. It's just not working, and we all have a responsibility to speak up and name that when it directly impacts our lives. Because again, we can't solve a problem that we refuse to name. These aren't just things happening out there somewhere. These are real and urgent. And here's the thing. When I'm at full capacity, I am out there helping others in my community. So when an insurance company tells me that I can no longer take a medication that keeps me working and active and a contributing member of society, then all of the people that I might be helping are no longer getting the benefit of a healthy Sara. And me doing the stoic American thing, let's just push through, is perpetuating the problem. If we keep pretending everything is fine when it's not, it's going to completely destroy us. Social media provides us with a platform, an opportunity to name the problem so that we can actually fix it. It's not going to be overnight, but we need to start somewhere. We can no longer allow insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies to tie the hands of our very competent, well-trained medical professionals. My doctor and her staff are now spending a great deal of time and resources scrambling to find a medication that is covered by my insurance, when they could be using that time to treat patients and deliver quality care. So now you have me, a local mental health advocate who's not able to be out there doing what I do, and you have a skilled medical professional who is no longer able to provide the same standard of care because she's trying to figure out how to find a workaround with my medication, because the insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies care more about profits than they do about patient care. That is a waste of valuable human capacity. It is a completely inefficient use of time and the talents of two skilled professionals, not to mention all the nurses and all the other folks in her office who are also helping her to figure this out. Multiply that by millions of Americans who are also going through similar struggles or are otherwise impacted by different structural problems within our society, and the inefficiency is unacceptable. So now you know, I'm moving a little slower than I would normally be. Redefining love is not going anywhere. You're still gonna see me out there, if at a bit more limited capacity. If you want to support me, sign up for a workshop. You can register with a scholarship, you can purchase a ticket, whatever. I just want to see you there. I'm going to continue writing and I'm going to continue having a presence. And stay tuned, because I will be back at full capacity before you know it. Shout out to my friends and my support system who have been checking in and wondering what the heck is going on. Sorry I haven't shared this earlier. It's crazy out there and we need to lean on each other, and I'm blessed with amazing friends and community and a talented care team, and I am grateful for that. Just check in on your people, because it's a shit show out there and we're not doing anybody any good when we try to just power through without leaning on each other. If we're going to solve anything, we've got to name it out loud. Hang in there, because it's tough, but we're going to be okay. We got this.